Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. In today's video, we're going to see if the brand new Roborock Curv 2 Flow with the mop roller can actually pick up some ketchup and some spilled milk and coffee. So I'm starting a new test where if you show it in an advertisement, this is on the Roborock website, it shows that it can pick up ketchup, mud, and milk and coffee spills. So I picked 2 out of those, and let's see if it can actually pick it up. I think it's going to get on the wheels. I'm not so sure. It says it can lift this, and it'll lift these if it senses this mess. So it could get on these. I'm not sure. I'm willing to risk my robot to see if robots can actually live up to what they advertise. Now, I did buy this Roborock Curv with my own money. It's retailing for $850 on sale. You can find all the robots that I highly recommend after I've extensively tested them on my website, justadadapproved.com. Now, in an earlier video, I did some mild mud and some coffee over here and stuff, and it did an excellent job of picking up everyday mess. Now, this is kind of an extreme mess, but they advertised it, so let's check it. Now, I have all the advanced features for cleaning on, floor settings. I've got remopping, dirt detect, or deep cleaning for heavy dirt and stains. So we're going to tell it to do a room, the corner test area. We want to do vacuum and mop. I'm not so worried about vacuuming, but let's turn the wetness up to, we'll do, because it is a bad stain. I'll give it everything I can. All right.
Starting selective room cleaning.
It's going to wash the mop roller, but it also fills the internal water tank up with water. Now, I did buy this robot vacuum cleaner with my own money, and I wasn't paid for this video. But I do use links. So if you end up purchasing this product or products that I highly recommend on my website, like the Mova P10 Pro there, I do use links. I am an Amazon affiliate. If you click on the link, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. Now, one thing I wish it had was mop only, but I don't see it. Okay, who's excited to see if reality matches advertising? Okay, the robot has arrived to see if it can actually clean what it says it can clean in the ad. The Roborock Curv 2 Flow. It does have a mop roller. It can extend it right up against the wall. All right, here's our first test. Oh, it did identify it. It's like something. Oh, it lifted the side brushes. Okay. Wow. Oh, it didn't identify the ketchup though. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it, well, did it? Oh, it's doing a square. That's right. When it identifies something, it cleans in a square pattern. Okay, so far I'm a little shocked how good it's doing. It's got an onboard dirty water tank. Okay, we got some smearing and stuff. We got some, but it's going to come back and get this, I think. But we'll see. Huh. It did stop vacuuming, and it's in a mopping only event. And it lifted the side brushes. It stopped turning them. And if we look, it's identified them as spills. See, there I am standing in shock, and there's the spill. It lifted the main brush and the vacuum brush. Okay. I might be eating my words. I was expecting it to fail.
Going to wash the mop.
Now, this is all part of the strategy. When it identifies a mess, it goes in a square crisscrossy pattern, and it says, okay, I've just cleaned up a big mess. I need to go back, wash my mop. It's going to come back and finish this room. but it also identified a second mess, and we're going to see how it handles it. And again, I just have to make sure the clean water tank's full, and there's the dirty water tank, which I'm going to show you when we're done.
Starting to wash the mop.
So I'm not going to lie. I did this video thinking it was going to fail and that it would be spectacularly failed. And I'd be like, yep, see, these advertisements are no good. This is pretty awesome. And so I add a little Shark vac mop solution to my clean water tank every time I fill it up. I put about 2 dabs. This stuff smells really good. I think it helps too. Okay, so it's back for its second clean. It traveled over here. It's in a mopping only event, and now it looks like it's going to do this square. So it identified both stains, which I didn't think it would. We do have a few tire tracks, but okay. I'm officially eating my words. That was incredible. I expected the tires marks to be everywhere. There's a little bit of, you know, I'm hoping it does a, you know, it's going to do the crisscross pattern. So it went this way, and now it's going to go this way. And then I would like for it to do possibly one more clean. We'll see. I did get a little bit of stuff right there, but there's the crisscross pattern. And sure enough, we're in the second stain, which it identified. It says it's mopping only. We can see heavy dirt stain recognized. Start a high intensity mopping. You've got this timeline. I've got it on a really wet setting. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of bleed over. Not too bad though. Like from the end of the mop roller. Now it should go back and rewash the mop. And then it should come back and finish that. If it comes back and then finishes this room, or now it's going to go into finishing. I would have liked for it. Okay. I mean, I would have liked for it after it cleaned that mess, go back, rewash, and come back here. But that's not, it's going to pick up where it left off now. Now it does not have a side brush that it can extend, but it can extend the mop roller. The side brushes don't extend. And it is a little on the tall side. It doesn't go into furniture real well. Now, in my earlier testing, it's obstacle avoidance. I had cables, socks. It does a really good job of avoiding obstacles. There's something different about this. Like they've got some new technology they're using. Now that was a drip. See, these were drips. It left a little bit of the drip, like it wasn't able to pick the stain. Those were liquid stains. Okay, so it did the perimeter of the room. Now it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines. Oh, it identified something else. There was some particles on the ground. Not very many. It has identified a particle boost. Oh, wow. Dry dirt, increased suction power in this area. There. Okay, that was bonus material that I had no idea. That was just left over from the earlier testing. I wonder, is it mopping? I think it lifted the mop. Yeah. Okay. So it lifted the mop. Yeah. Okay. I just learned something. So it goes into a particle boost. It stops mopping in vacuums only. So it was able to tell those were dry particles. That's how it works. When you think it's going to be a fail video, it turns into being one of the best, like, proof of concept videos that I had no intention of doing. I intended on doing a fail video. Although I do like this curve, I did not think it would handle. I thought it was only for everyday messes. I did not think it would handle actual spilt ketchup. So it's going to do the crisscross pattern, which is what it's doing. Heavy stain dirt recognition. No? Yeah. Yeah, the timeline says it's just vacuuming. And the little symbol just shows a vacuum. Okay, now we're going back to vacuum and mop, I think. Yep, the app says it's vacuuming and mopping now. So the mop is down and it's mopping. I'm gonna see if it's sticky, like, you know, when there's sugar on the floor, like that coffee and that ketchup, sometimes it can be sticky residue. I don't think there's gonna be though. And I do have it on an intense cleaning pattern, which is really tight. A normal cleaning pattern, there would be a little bit more space between the passes. This will be interesting because it's dried on a little bit. It's wet, but it's kind of dry. I mean, that's a squeaky clean floor. I can tell there's no sugar on that floor. It would be sticky right now. I can't tell you how many Tinicos I've used to clean up a mess like that, and it's sticky afterwards. Wow. I'm actually in shock right now. Okay, so I didn't quite get it. So it's dried on stuff, but it's got one more pass. There's a little bit of dried on material there. I don't want to get it with my hand. So I do have it doing 2 passes. Yeah, it's going to do 2 passes. There's that watermark. Huh. Now it's gone. So it just needed a second pass. And here's the settings. Vac mop, 28 on water. I could go up or down from that 2 passes and intent deep cleaning. I love there. Yep. I love that timeline. Well, I haven't done the 3-month review on this yet, and I was expecting this to fail, but this is a buy. I mean, you know, keep the box, run the heck out of it for a month, and if you like it, keep it. But from what I'm seeing so far, this is a game changer. This was worth the wait. This is Roborock's first mop roller, and they're about a year behind everybody. But I think it was worth it. The sensor on the front is better, newer. The software inside is better and newer. I can just tell. Now, it doesn't do thresholds. I did some threshold testing. There's no kind of like lift. It can lift the side brushes, and it can lift the vacuum brush up or down, but it doesn't have chassis lift, from what I'm gathering. Again, there's very little information on this, but in my testing, I have not seen that. $850. I'm still blown away by that price. It's normally $1,000. They have a coupon now or something. I bought mine. I only recommend buying on Amazon. Their return policy is just so easier. In 30 days, if you don't like it, just send it back. But wow. Head on over to my website, justadadapproved.com. I am going to put this on my website. Even though it doesn't have the official approved sticker, I only give that out after 3 months. Right now, it's a buy. I said I wasn't going to say that, but from what I'm seeing so far, it's worth taking a chance on. Because you can always send it back in a month. Okay, now it's doing the second pass, which is up, down. You'll get the crisscross pattern now, which is what we're seeing now, the crisscross pattern for the whole room. And if you stick around, we may get a remopping event, because right now I'm imagining that mop roller's full of gunk, the dirty water tank's full of gunk, and it's going to go back and rewash the mop, or it's going to go back and wash the mop. And you know, if other robots, vacuum cleaners, if they don't have this dirt detection sensor, they're just done. But this has a dirt detection sensor, I think, in the base station, that when it sucks the water up that got cleaned off of the mop roller, when it sucks that water up into the dirty water tank, it passes through a sensor. If it's dirtier than normal, it tells the robot, okay, go back now and remop that room because it was dirtier than normal, which I love that feature. And I can't verify if it has that or not. I don't know if they're calling the remopping the sensor on the front, which is what we saw. It recognized, well, that was stain recognition. We're just going to get in the weeds here a second. So what did we see? We saw deep cleaning for heavy dirt or stains. I bet that was it. And I bet this is the dirt detection sensor in the auto remopping. That's the dirt detection sensor in the base station. This is for stains or dry material, I think. Again, there's just, that's all we get is what we get. Like, we don't get, but I want more information. I want a big manual on these things that explains all this. I'm tempted to play around with it, but I don't want to disturb it. You know, I'm tempted to go up there and remove the dirty water tank, flip it over, look at the mop roller, but that just messes the logics up. Let it do its cleaning. I got to hold myself back. Now, I'm not seeing drips. I'm not seeing that little edge I had earlier when it did that like intense mopping event. I don't have any stickiness. This is just wetness. I've done sticky, and these are the perfect shoes. If the floor was sticky, like, you would hear it. That's incredible. Okay, we're about finishing up. The crisscross pattern is almost done. And the main thing, my feet would be sticky when I come over onto other floor. I've done so much testing with Tenecos and wet dry floor mops that as soon as you come over to other nice clean floor, you can, your feet just, it's sticky. Yeah, I forgot some of this right here on this side. I don't see any dripping.
Returning to dock.
There's where it cleans it with hot water. It heats the water, fills the robot up with water. Now it's going to auto empty the dustbin. That's all the vacuuming it did.
Emptying dustbin.
That's not very loud. Now it thinks it's done, but we may get a remopping event after. Oh, there's the auto empty. Let's see there.
Starting to wash the
So it's going to wash the mop, and I'm hoping for a remopping event, a second cleaning. I love that feature. I would see no reason why we wouldn't get it, because that was a lot that it had to mop up. And that's all from the dirty water. So the mop roller is being washed with clean water. The water's being sucked up with a dirty water suction pump into this tank, and it should pass through a sensor. And if it's dirtier than normal, the base station tells the robot, go back wherever you just came from. The water's dirtier than normal, and do a remopping event. I absolutely love that feature. Not all robots have it. My 2025 pick of the year, that's not going to be the pick of the year in 2026, I can tell you. 2025 was the year of spinning mop pads, and there is a place for these still. This is your budget. These do okay. That's a $400 robot. This isn't $1,000 or $850 robot, but this is the future. This does a better job of mopping. Not all mop rollers though. The Z60 is a mop roller, and it's just okay. We got the narwhal in the basement. Here's the Dreamy Aqua 10. I'm getting ready to do my final results on it. The Roomba Max 705 is a mop roller. It's a piece of junk. All right, we're still waiting. It's washing the mop. The anticipation is thick. Okay, are we going to get a remopping event? I think we are. It's washing the mop. I'm pretty sure we're getting a remopping event. There's the auto empty. There's the mop. It should have been complete as far as it thought, but it's washing the mop again. I'm expecting it to undock and go remop that area. That's incredible. Okay, I don't know if it's going to undock yet. It does these pauses. Okay, it's just still washing the mop. Ugh. I hope you got your dancing shoes on, because if it does a remopping event, we're gonna do a dance. We're gonna do the remopping dance. We don't know yet. We didn't get it. No. No. Oh, I mean, I'm disappointed, but I'm not disappointed. So, no remopping event. Let's look at the cleaning task. Let's look at the dirt. See, well, it just said those areas were dirty. I was expecting. Okay, I don't think it has a dirt detection sensor. Then that tells me. I don't know. I'm still verifying this. I don't think the dock has a dirt detection center. If Roborock, if you're listening, let me know. I would have expected it in that because it cleaned a lot of mud off of that. So, and maybe it only works. Maybe the remopping only works in AI's smart plan. I mean, I don't know. Again, very little information, frustrating, but wow. Now, this has got some other cleaning in it, so I bet probably half of that is from this, but look at that. It didn't use... Now, it's drying the mop. It's a little noisy when it dries with hot air, but I was... well, let's take a look. Let's take the dirty water tank out.
Onboard dirty water tank removed.
I got some ketchup in there, but, I mean, it tried to clean it. It's relatively clean. I don't know if that's going to be a problem. I mean, you can access it, and you'll have to clean this once in a while yourself, but I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. But I was expecting the wheels to have ketchup on them. They do. Okay. All right. The wheels have ketchup, but it didn't... Like, it went down in there, but it didn't go on the floor. Huh. That's weird. I mean, I guess that's how it's designed. Now, I've cleaned those off, but it didn't spread it on the floor. Now, if that would have went on carpet, the carpet would have went up in there. So it's not too hard to clean, but this wheel's fine. It lifted these. Well, it doesn't really lift them. It just sucks them in. So those did not drag. It can lift this up and down. So whenever it sensed that liquid spill, it stopped vacuuming and sucked that up. So that did not drag in the, and it didn't. Yeah. It didn't drag in there. Let's take a look here.
Roller mop removed.
Yeah, I would have maybe thought it would have washed it a little better. So, I mean, I'm getting real picky now. But, and then the scraper.
Dirty water channel removed.
So I would have. I mean, I don't know what. That's not gonna come in. I mean, that's gonna get wiped on the roller again. But that's not gonna come in contact with your floor. That's what's being scraped off the roller. So I don't know exactly how bad a thing that is. I mean, it's ketchup. Huh. I need to clean that. Let's get the tray. Not too bad, actually. I've seen a lot worse after a couple cleanings. Like the Mova Z60, its tray, when you pull it out, is a mess. Not too bad. And I don't have to do any cleaning down in there. I just pull this tray out, go wash it in the sink, and then just put it back. So, well, not perfect, but it's designed to be cleaned real easy. I mean, I'm just so impressed with it. I can't fuss with it too much. Again, I put links to all of these that I use on my website. JustADataProved.com is the best place to find a cleaning brush, cleaning solutions I use. So the proof is in the pudding, they say. Here is this floor. I don't see any streaking. This is an extremely clean floor. I can tell there's no, my feet aren't sticking. Wow. Now, as you can tell, I'm really excited about that robot. It is doing a very good job. I got a full hour-long setup video, the first cleaning, the first vacuuming. There's some little quirks, but nothing like I've seen with like the Dreamy Aqua 10 and the Narwhal Flow. So this thing, wow, I don't know what else to say. I'll continue. I'm going to take it to my house. I'm going to compare it to the closest competitors also, but I can already tell it's going to win. Again, I started that video thinking I was going to make fun of it. It was going to fail. No robots live up to their pictures. It did. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. But again, justadadapproved.com, that's probably going to end up there. I'm going to put it there now with maybe a little wording that says it's still in testing, but right now it is doing amazing. So 3 months, it's got to stay at my house. It'll get the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. I'll keep you updated on how it's doing at my house. I'm excited to take it to my house. Again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. If this was a video that you liked, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Kind of a reality versus commercial. I've been reviewing this thing all day, and I'm like, you know, I've just been kind of not really babying it, but I've been just kind of having it mop up everyday messes, nothing too hard. And I thought, you know what, let's just go all, like, it's performing really well. Let's just push it to the limit. And that was exciting. So again, I'm hoping they come out with a premium model. Side brush reaches into the corner, dirt detection sensor. Again, let me know. It should have activated, but maybe it's only in the AI mode that it works. Just when you think you know these robots, I've reviewed over 200 robots, and sometimes they all like just a little different. So again, I do appreciate everybody's support. I purchased these robot vacuum cleaners to help prevent you from wasting your money. My job is to get you the best robot vacuum cleaner at the best price, and the best place to do that is my website, justadadapproved.com. Sign up for my email list, justadadapproved at justadadapproved.com, and when a robot goes on sale, like when that goes on sale, and if it's approved by me, I'm going to send an email out saying my pick is on sale and this is a really good price. So again, thanks to everybody. Let me know what you think of this video, and I've got more to come, and I'll be purchasing all the new robots to come out in 2026. There's going to be a whole bunch of them.